Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of 30NSG. On today's show, we're going to be talking about Ubisoft's Call of Duty rival XDefiant is delayed indefinitely. We're about to break down the article here. If you like this, please make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Let's get to it. All right, so the first story I want to talk about, let's talk about Ubisoft's Call of Duty rival, XDefiant. Now, XDefiant was supposed to be this, like, latest greatest thing. Okay, people are hyping it up as the next Call of Duty, and it might as well, it might be, okay? But the message from XDefiant team, now, they tried to get an earlier beta out earlier in the year, and they couldn't because both PlayStation and Xbox denied it from the quality testing or whatever, and then it didn't make it. And then they were trying to push for October, and then here we are, knock knock, we're on October. So the message from XDefiant team says, thank you to everyone that participated in our recent public test sessions and continues to stand alongside us as we build XDefiant. The PTS once again showed us the appreciation of the fast-paced gunplay, uniquely crafted maps, objective-driven modes, and iconic faction rosters, but it's also surfaced some inconsistencies in the game experience that we need to address prior to launching our preseason. So we've made this hard decision to delay the preseason to XDefiant, and the team will continue to work to address these issues and testing them to make sure that we deliver on our goal and being the best in-class arcade shooter. We will share more information about the preseason and testing as it comes. Now, thanks again for your support, and we're working hard to make something really special. We couldn't do it without you, XDefiant development team. A couple things that stand out for me is that I talk about this all the time. Those of you that come into my channel, we basically talk about how games come out broke, buggy, unfinished. Doesn't matter if it's alpha, beta, preview, gold. It doesn't really matter, okay? What I take from this is that the public test servers that they're doing, okay? This is early access game. That's what this is, right? It says we've surfaced some inconsistencies in the in-game experience that we need to address prior to launching our preseason. Why are we doing a preseason? Why are we doing a preseason? Why don't you work on your game before preseason? Take that preseason, put it back in the public testing servers, keep doing what you're doing, and don't come out with a preseason. Come out with the actual game, okay? Come out with the actual game. First impressions are everything, and if this game wants to come out and it really wants to compete and be the best arcade shooter out there, then work on it. Do not release it. Do not officially release it. Now, I know it says preseason, okay, which means it's just before the season, meaning they're going to put it out before they put their first season out, but the preseason is the game releasing. Just test your game, fix your game, figure it out. Do not release it, okay? So it says, Ubisoft has delayed XDefiant indefinitely after a series of playtests unearthed issues, and development team wants to work and improve before launch. And I respect that. But you got yourself in this situation anyway. You keep hyping the game up. You're like, well, it's coming out in July. Well, it's coming out in August, coming out in September, coming out in October. Just work on your game. So in recent public test sections, it says game experiences need to be addressed prior to release of XDefiant's preseason, a statement published on the Twitter. XDefiant is Ubisoft's answer to Call of Duty and taps into the nostalgia for the classic Call of Duty feel. It focuses on fast-paced gunplay, objective-driven modes, and also has features such as classic minimap and lobbies that stay together after a match. Now, XDefiant is in the works at Ubisoft San Francisco, and Mark Rubin, as director and executive producer of Rubin, Rubin was an executive producer on Infinity Ward until 2015, working along a list of Call of Duty games, including the Modern Warfare series. Now, in a statement published to Twitter, Rubin went into more detail on how the feedback to the PTS is improving the game, and apparently, movement was feeling off. For some people with the slide feeling nerfed or clunkier, and the developers that slide was being interrupted by frame spikes. Now, he says, I know it's a bummer that moving the date, especially since we seem so close, and that we're so many games is great, and they can't wait to play it, but I'd rather ship a game that is better for everyone. These are strong words, or he can stand out, or he could just join the lemmings, okay? Now, this is the time that the executive producer, Rubin, should make and choose. Mark Rubin, you'll never see my video, but if you do see my video, listen to your gut feeling. Don't chase the money. The money will come. Just make the game, okay? Just make the game. Do not chase the money. The money will come to you if you make a game, okay? He says, I also want to point out that all the feedback is not only extremely welcome, but crucial into our goal, making a great game. We really do listen to everyone's feedback, no matter who you are, or I hope it comes across even if it's a team, and I can't respond to everyone all the time. A great example of feedback from the PTS test was around movement feeling off. In particular, the slide felt nerfed or clunkier, and nothing has changed in that part of the game, but because people brought it up to us, we were able to dig deeper and find that the slide was being interrupted by frame spikes. So again, this might not have been something we were ever thought through normal testing. So again, thank you again for great feedback. He says, I know it's a bummer that we're moving the date, especially since it seems so close for many games is great, and I think we can't wait to play it, but I'd rather ship a game that is better for everyone. Our intent for this game is to be something that that players can return to for many years, and to do that, we will also have to build the game with the community. So keep an eye on the future updates and info of the game and launch. Thank you all again. So there you go. I'm torn on both ends, right? I'm torn on both ends because, again, Mark Rubin can make the choice of making this game not like all the other games we've been getting, where it's broke, buggy, unfinished. Cyberpunk 2077 comes to mind. The developer literally called out other developers saying, we're not going to release a game that's broken, buggy like those guys. And then they did. And they still harmed themselves, even though they made a lot of money back. With a game like this, everyone wants to come out and be the Destiny killer. Everyone wants to come out and be the Call of Duty killer. I don't know if XDefiant's going to do that. But I can guarantee you're not going to do that if you come out and it's just yet another game that's like those other games that don't fix their stuff, comes out broke, buggy, connection issues, server issues, gunplay feels off. Work on your game, fix your game, test it. It's like when you're building something. We're not going to do a food analogy today. We're going to do a building analogy today, right? You measure and you measure again and you cut once. You don't want to screw it up because once you cut that wood, okay, you're stuck with that piece of shit wood that you can't use because you didn't measure correctly. And if they really want this to be a Call of Duty competitor, I won't say a killer, and make sure you get this game flushed out, working well, and then release it. Because if it is that game that's going to be that Call of Duty callback where everyone loved that old school arcade and Call of Duty's kind of lost their way in it, they've just evolved into a different thing, then do that. Don't release it early. These are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments section down below. If you're here in the live chat, I want to hear what you guys have to say about XDefiant. Did you play it? I haven't played it. I watched some footage of it. It does look like Call of Duty of old. But again, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think they should keep it indefinitely shelved until they fix these things? Or are you okay being a tester for it? Me personally, I don't care either way because I'm not going to be playing the game. But as a gamer, I really want them to work on that game so it comes out as a game that's complete and not a game that's just with the rest of the garbage that comes out and then fixed 18 months to 24 months later. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next one.